All right, we got the Baltimore Ravens defense is evil. Let's get straight into the video.
Ravens have identified themselves as the team to beat in the AFC.
Because that defense is elite. Lamar Jackson playing at an MVP level. The Ravens are really good. The pass is really easy.
Bro, that defense is nice. That defense is really tough.
Lamar Jackson, in my mind.
Any team now wanting to
the Ravens defense is really tough.
In the Super Bowl,
it's really like that.
At home, which has proven a remarkably difficult task so far this season. Several of the best offenses have tried to go in there and beat them, and they have not done it. The Detroit Lions and Seattle Seahawks only got to 3 points, and most
3 and
recently,
6.
the Miami Dolphins rolled into town with the high.
Right, and they get home field advantage too. I ain't gonna lie. But no, the Browns they did show them something though. When the Browns played them at home, like how come they ain't showing that game? How come like they showing like the games where they played the Lions and the Seahawks, but like they not really that good. They kind of mid. Like how come y'all ain't show the Browns game, bro? Show the Browns box score and everything to score, bro. Show that game. Cause the Browns like bro, they low key put straight belt ass in that game. I ain't gonna lie.
Put on their field in their team history. And what's the truth about this team that they
show the Browns game though
to claim their 3rd Super Bowl title?
Because they lost and we won.
This defense is the reason why the Baltimore Ravens is the #1 seed.
Yo, appreciate that follow, mister. Appreciate that. How you feeling?
But this
appreciate you coming through.
High level in every
Ravens been going crazy though.
This season, they playing big time football.
It said more credit for Ravens' success, Lamar the defense.
How good Lamar Jackson has been.
Who would y'all credit for their record? Lamar or the defense?
Todd Monken's offense and the addition of the likes of
I'll say the defense, bro, because everything comes first. Everything, the defense comes first. If you don't have a good defense, your team is not gonna do nothing. You gotta have a good defense.
Lamar is healthy for the playoffs, something that has eluded him for the previous 2 seasons.
The last 2 seasons he's been injured for playoffs. He's healthy now.
That's putting them as
last time he was healthy, he lost in the division round. Last time they had #1 seed.
We've seen since Ray Lewis
they lost in division round to the Titans.
And I'd even argue that this defense is better than some of the early 2000 Ravens defenses. What we're witnessing is a defense.
You think this defense is better than like the Ray Lewis and Ed Reed?
Just about anything an offense throws at it. Like, listen to some of these stats. Only 3 teams are allowing less total yards than the Ravens in 2023. And honestly, Baltimore is making it look easier than anybody else in the NFL. This team is giving up barely 300 yards of total offense per game. That's 20 yards a game less than last year's defense, which was still considered to be one of the best in the league. But to understand
probably one of the best defenses of all time.
Understand the defensive system.
The best defense in football. They're getting after this team. They turn every team into the worst offense in football as far as their pass defense is concerned. The pass rush.
They turn every team into the worst offense. No, the Jaguars just suck though, bro. You can't don't put the Jaguars in. Jaguars, they suck.
In the past 2 seasons,
they just had an easy schedule to start off the season. You see their record now. They was 8-3 and 99-7. They just had an easy schedule to start off the year. They beat up on trash teams to start off the year. They ain't do nothing.
The Ravens since 2014, working his way through
Jaguars, they ain't nothing.
All the way up to the team's linebacker coach between 2018 and 2020. He then departed.
I feel like the Jaguars, they might lose to the Titans this week too.
In 2021,
lose to the Titans. I just got a feeling.
For that season. 1 year later, he's back with John, and he's built one of the most stout and best defenses in the NFL. His system relies heavily on mixing up blitzes and confusing the offensive line.
What is it? He coached at Michigan. So wait, he went to he coached with the Ravens coach. I think that's his brother, John and Jim. I think they names. He went and coached with Jim. I think Jim is Michigan, and then he came back to John.
In the NFL.
I don't know if he was John like assistant coach before.
The offensive line at the line of scrimmage. McDonald creates havoc at the line, often showing heavy blitz before dropping guys out into coverage, including his defensive tackles. I mean, hell, in a game against the Detroit Lions, McDonald's choice to drop defensive tackles Brandon Stephens, Michael Pierce, and Broderick Washington into coverage confused the hell out of Jared Goff that game. They do this to take away reads
they
over the middle
defensive tackles
to be successful multiple times this season. McDonald pairs this with safety and corner blitzes, and then rotating the defense to help.
If the Ravens do end up making it to Super Bowl go, it's gonna be a blowout.
This is a very
They do end up going. It's gonna be between the Browns and the Ravens. Those the two like most competitive teams right now. Both of those teams, they got a good offense to the defense going right now. That's gonna be the AFC Championship game matchup. It's gonna come down to whatever defense let up first. Over defense gives up first.
You have to have superb athletes, and that's exactly what they've got.
Perfect personnel.
But when you roll into Baltimore and you look across from you, you got that big motherfucker inside, and you got Matabike. You've got those two big, huge edge guys. Oweh looks like a G.I. Joe. Yeah. Clowney's huge. They're just
Clowney he underrated. I think Clowney is underrated.
You can't measure that on film.
And then the second level moves fast, and they're just as physical as the front.
First of all, the trade for Roquan Smith has been one of the best decisions for general manager Eric DeCosta.
We should have cut Roquan. Why did we trade him? We should have just paid him, and then we could have signed TJ Edwards, and then that could have been our defense right there. But we did get something in return. We got Edmonds and Edwards. They've been playing good.
We
got something in return.
Acquired the disgruntled linebacker from Chicago in exchange for a 2nd and 5th round pick plus AJ Klein in October of 2022. Then in January,
we could have really got more from that, didn't we? Then they say we traded him for what pick?
From Chicago in exchange for a 2nd and 5th round
pick
plus AJ Klein in October of 2022.
I feel like we could have got a 2nd and 3rd.
2023 made a statement by extending him with a 5-year deal. Smith anchors this defense.
I didn't even know you got a 5-year deal.
Patrick Queen, that is a linebacker core that is unmatched and unrivaled in the NFL. I'd even say that they're a better linebacker duo than Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw in San Francisco. They can just cover
Greenlaw and Warner,
with great instincts.
Pretty nice.
Roquan isn't the only major addition the team has made, though. In free agency in 2022, the team covered a need at safety by going and getting one of the biggest defensive talents available. Former New Orleans Saints safety Marcus Williams had posted over 250 tackles and 15 interceptions in his first 5 years in the league, and hit free agency ready to sign a big deal with a new team. The Ravens put their hands in their pockets and signed him to a $70 million 5 years deal, and then a month later drafted his new partner on the back end. Kyle Hamilton was one of the biggest freaks of nature.
I'm glad the Ravens, they cooked. I don't know who the Ravens GM is, but he cooked.
Now is one of the most pivotal pieces of this elite Ravens defense. I mean, people are even starting to now compare him to the likes of Ed Reed, and the more I'm starting to talk about this team right now, the more I'm starting to see shades of those early 2000 Ravens defenses in this team right now. Baltimore hosted one of the greatest safeties in the history of the game in Ed Reed, a certified Hall of Famer and Ravens legend.
Probably the best safety of all time. Wait, nah, he got a lot of safeties. I ain't gonna say that. He one of the best though.
As an elite NFL prospect, he just needed to find the right fit.
He played for Notre Dame.
He's 6'4", 220 pounds with a huge wingspan. A very rare build for a player of his position. Not only is he taller, heavier, and a standout tackler, but could also cover man-to-man and in zone as a deep safety.
He can play like every position. Like he can play linebacker, DB, and safety.
Draft. And now in his 2nd season in the NFL, the pick is paying off. Hamilton has notched 4 interceptions in 2023, second only to Geno Stone, and is emerging as one of the league's brightest young stars on defense. I mean, Hamilton literally lines up everywhere on the field. He's what the Cardinals would hope that Isaiah Simmons was, and never
Isaiah Simmons.
He's in the box, coming off the edge, covering in the slot, and lining up at free safety. And when you pair him with Marcus Williams, the support of Geno Stone, quarterbacks get no rest.
And then they got Humphrey too.
Field. I mean, we saw this exact scenario.
But they lost. If they would have kept Peters, this defense would be way better.
Downfield for Debo Samuel.
Imagine how better it'd be. It's already a great defense right now. Imagine if they would have kept Peters. Just imagine that.
Against one of the league's most clinical quarterbacks this season. And I mean, when you add 2 superb safeties to a defense that already has a Pro Bowler in Marlon Humphreys, you're guaranteed to have success. Humphrey had a down year earlier in the season compared to his typical standards, but has regained form just in time for a Super Bowl run. While Humphrey is balling again,
he been heating up lately, I ain't gonna lie.
Of this defense, without a doubt.
I remember when Marlon Humphrey, he was a rookie, he locked up prime AB. He locked up prime AB. I'm still as AB as a rookie.
To the immense depth across the board. Any good Super Bowl contender typically finds the perfect blend of veterans and young talent, and this Ravens defense is the epitome of that. The front seven alone is a perfect example of how you build out a perfect defensive roster. We've already discussed the linebackers Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen, but when you look at the pass rushers and defensive linemen, the work the front office has done continues to shine. Veteran defensive tackle Michael
I was just saying that too.
Originally an
GM
undrafted
cooked.
free agent with the Ravens in 2016. He stayed until 2019 before signing with the Vikings, but returned in 2022 as a veteran leader on the defense. Jadeveon Clowney is another veteran who's been around the league and consistently produced at a high level. At this point in his career, he is a mercenary.
Didn't he come from the Browns? The Browns had Clowney, I think,
valuable depth and
last year.
Off of the edge. After a down year in Cleveland in 2022, where Clowney had fallen out of favor, it was
he did. He just showed a clip.
Redemption. The result in McDonald's defensive scheme has been outstanding, with Clowney rebounding to 9 sacks in a career.
Gus Edwards,
69
hard in Madden last year was crazy.
In the process.
I'm already knowing they be having those like those Madden All-Star team cards. They be crazy. I already know he probably had like high 90 speed. Like
has been able to apply.
He probably had 99 trucking.
Combination of speed and power coming off of
99 break tackle.
No doubt.
Those stats on those cards be crazy.
Jadeveon Clowney every single day. Like this defense.
Same with AJ Dillon. Yeah, it's because like they big like physical running backs. Those running back cards be too OP. They break so many tackles.
Sideline to sideline and DBs that can blanket wide receivers. This defense is insane. I mean, they have the performances to back
AKA cards. Oh yeah.
Some of the NFL's best teams.
I think I saw it was like AJ. I think AJ Dillon was like
and has forced interceptions and fumbles against.
I know Gus Edwards is bust. Gus bust. Then AJ Dillon is like the quad god or something. I don't know, something like that.
And then Sam Darnold came in to throw another. Baltimore forced 2 fumbles against Jacksonville, an interception off of Justin Herbert, and 3 recovered fumbles against the Chargers. Do you see where I'm going with this and how their defense just forces turnovers? As a team, they are allowing just 16.4 points per
this is gonna be the Bears next year.
Per game. That's the lowest number in the league.
The way that defense looking, and it's only gonna get better, bro. Like our defense, like we still have our defense for like 2 or 3 more years.
In the history of the NFL,
and most of our players on defense, they still young too.
Turnovers and puts the football.
It's gonna be the Bears defense. Like if it's not next year, the year after.
Success. The Ravens offense has the ability to put points on the board through the air
TD 7-7.
Ever have before. We've never seen Lamar Jackson have so much freedom to throw the ball, and his flick of the wrist release and underappreciated arm talent is showing up on tape now in 2023.
Yeah, bro. People always said like people always say this about rushing. I don't know why people hate like quarterbacks that can run the ball. They always call him a running back and they said he can't throw, bro. But actually, bro, the whole time the quarterbacks that run, bro, like they have a better arm than most of the people that's known for passing. They low-key have a better arm than most of the people that's known for passing. Like, I done seen some crazy throws from Fields, Lamar, Allen.
Throw the ball and his flick of the wrist release and underappreciated
Hurts. He had a couple crazy throws.
2023. Lamar is the favorite to land his second.
Like the quarterbacks that run the ball good, they call him a running back, but no, they low-key pass the ball better than the quarterbacks that's just a straight pocket passer.
To the stellar defense,
they low-key pass the ball better.
And as a roster, it wouldn't be surprising to.
Yeah, they might win a Super Bowl. It's gonna be between them and the Browns. I don't see nobody in the NFC winning. The NFC, they just can't compete with the AFC. The AFC, they have the most competitive teams. They the most competitive conference out of both of the conferences. The NFC, they just can't compete with the AFC. The AFC, they just different. Bro, look at the video, bro. It said why Trevor Lawrence is an generational bust. That's a crazy title. And look at the thumbnail, bro.